Welcome to the Sloppy Syndicate. As you can clearly tell, the background is totally different today. We are on the road, so we are going to make the best of it. Thanks for joining us on YouTube and Twitch. We have Worldwide Panic in the building. We will bring them in shortly. And in 2019, their EP made it all the way up to number 23 on the Billboard charts. Their latest single, I Tried, is trending significantly better, and it keeps climbing and climbing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in Worldwide Panic. How you doing?
Hey guys.
Thanks for having us.
So pleasure to have Worldwide Panic on. You guys are based out of LA, and so a lot of exciting news lately. I know you guys just had a concert at the Whiskey, so that's a pretty huge ordeal. If you live out in LA and you know anything about the Whiskey, that's the go-to music venue. So tell us a little bit about that experience, and then we'll get into the newest single.
Yeah, that was great. That was the first Worldwide Panic show since the summer of 2020, and the first that Carlos was a part of, the Los. And him and I basically were shedding, the material, for the better part of, a year and a half or more, just the two of us. And we finally, found the right guys. We finally found the right lineup and everything. So, we decided to, book this show at the Whiskey with Gemini Syndrome. And that was, a big enough platform for us to get our stuff together. Because usually we're a touring band. So, it takes a lot of effort to put on a show for us. So we'd rather, not do local shows. But this was a situation where it was like a comeback, and, ushering in this new chapter of the Worldwide Panic saga. So it was a great show for me. I had a great time. The packed house, plenty of great fans and friends. And, what do you think, Carlos?
Yeah, it's definitely fun playing at the Whiskey. It's like home, basically. All the people there. Tiza is wonderful.
Hi, Tiza.
Yes. The Whiskey is just a historic place to play on Sunset.
Right. It's like the Grand Ole Opry of the rock world. So
yeah.
But so you had huge success in 2019 with You and Me EP, and some influential names on there. So Mike, he has mixed with Van Halen, Aerosmith, Kiss, so some pretty big names there. And then it was mastered by Howie Weinberg, who has mastered Slayer, Pantera, Korn, Nirvana. So them are just some huge names right off the bat that you guys worked with. And just watching videos and some of your YouTube content, I can tell that you guys put on a hell of a show. And it's not just, there's a whole stage presence with the lights in the back and everything else. So, not only are you getting great music, you're getting a great, a great show as well. We all know some bands are not the best at stage presence, but Worldwide Panic is actually one of the better bands that I've seen with stage presence. So props to you on that. And where did the Worldwide Panic name come from?
Well, it was my first band that I was in. I was a young 17-year-old living in Orange County, and a friend of mine said, "Hey, I got these guys that are looking for a singer." And my chops were real bad at that point, like real bad. But I needed a place to start. And I walked into the room at 17 years old, and these guys were like 35 and up, and that's being way kind. And, I think all of them went and did something else with their lives. But that was the first incantation of Worldwide Panic, and it was 2002. So, the name was heavily influenced off of the events of 9/11 and the state of the world and all that kind of stuff. And, obviously it's still topical today in so many ways.
Right.
And, that's basically where it started. And, I went through some other bands, I didn't know Carlos at the time. I did actually.
I just moved out here in 2002, so.
But eventually we knew each other.
Yeah,
Eventually,
through Jesse.
yeah. And I ended up getting sober and changing my life, and which was near 7 years ago. And around that time, for a few years after that, I just said, hey, the music thing is done. I got to be happy with what I did so far and leave. And I got bored, and basically, I wanted to start another band, and I did so with the original guitar player that you see in I Tried, who came back for a little bit, Jake, Eugene, whatever you want to call him, Gene. And, right before our first big national tour, he had to leave for his second tour of duty in Iraq. So, he never got to be around for the good times. So, when we filmed this video for this latest single, I Tried, which is currently number 23 on the top 40 charts, and it was the number 3 most added song in the country on the Billboard Rock Indicator. We're really happy with that. And for that video, we didn't have a rhythm guitar player at the time. Plus, we didn't have a drummer either. So we got, a session drummer guy, and we had the original guy come back. So if people want to go back and watch the Wake Up With an Attitude music video, they'll notice that the original guy is actually in the I Tried video. So he's a full-time military guy. So there was no way for him to come back to the band full-time. But this was a way for us to have catharsis and closure into this thing that we started together. And, there was some tumultuous shit that happened with, my ex band members and shit. And it was terrible. And, right when all that shit went on, I remember before I even got the guys who I toured with for 3 years in the band, he auditioned before them. And I went and dug up his audition tape in the middle of tour where all this stuff was going on. And I was like, this is pretty good. I don't know why this guy didn't get the job, And so I literally called you when I was in like Iowa or something. And I was like, hey, I know it's been 3 years, but do you still want the job? And he's like, hell yeah. So, ever since then, we've been huffing it. And in the past 3 months, we've really solidified the lineup with our drummer, Alex Greenling, and then the newest newcomer. Is that newest newcomer? That doesn't sound good.
The
newest member. Tommy Gibbons, ex-Flaw.
Okay.
Yep. So, adding him to the mix was just a really great thing. Really great thing. So everybody's just in a really happy place, and everybody's contributing in their own way. Like everybody's pulling their weight. It's a real band again, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and you can definitely tell with the single I Tried. 33 spots it went up.
It's at 23 on the top 40 charts on Billboard, and
Okay,
then it was number 3 most added song in the country. So,
okay.
like when radio stations add, it was the number 3 most added song on radio stations. So that one just kicked our ass. And then he has this like fascination with the number 3.
I was born on the 3rd day. I love Dimebag Darrell. That was his number 2. But
okay.
yeah, 3. It's like a good luck number.
I would say so. Number 3 downloaded or played. So definitely great job there. Are you hearing an echo on your end?
There's a little crunchiness. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
us or you.
A little crackle.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if it's. Let me turn it down just a bit and see. And this is what happens when you are live on the road, folks. Things happen. So I do apologize. We will
Things
work
happen.
through it the best that we can. And, I didn't want to cancel on the band. As many of you know, I'm going up to the farm in Virginia. So we are going to have the show. I would not cancel on them. And let me take one out and see if it. Let me try to put it back in. All right. Yeah, we'll have to roll with it. But yeah, so the reception obviously for I Tried has been huge. Any tours coming up? Okay, yeah, there's some noise when I talk. I apologize, folks. If it gets too bad, too overbearing, let me know, and I will take the earphones out and just talk into the camera. So yeah, you've had some huge, success with I Tried. Reception with, from the fans has been great. Any tour plans, any shows coming up that we can catch you at, or?
Yeah, we are going to be announcing some fun stuff next week.
Awesome.
And that's all we can say. We will be busy this summer. You will be able to catch us on tour this summer in certain areas. We're working on possible fests and stuff like that, but nothing. Tomorrow's never promised. For an unsigned independent band to get as far as we've gotten, it's just very humbling already. And we're just riding the wave of this latest single, and we have a whole album in the bag. The album is called Worldwide Panic. It's self-titled. And it basically plays off of all these other bands that do self-titled records, like System of a Down's first record, or Korn's first record, or Metallica's Black album. Basically a record that's signifying the diverse array of sound that the band can be, and it's not every song on the record is going to be like I Tried. So for people who are hoping for that, keep wishing, because that's just not who we are. We're not a one-trick pony band. We play in 3 different tunings.
Yes.
And we use 6 and 7 string guitars and 4 and 5 string basses. So there's nothing about this band that is, expected. We love throwing curveballs. We love, making catchy tunes, making heavy tunes, making fast tunes, making, creepy ambient songs. We love doing all these type things, and we love industrial music. We love groove metal. All these things are integrated into this new album, and this album has been done for a year
or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys are stoked to get it out and start playing shows again. So the previous EP, you had some super influential people helping you produce the album. Who has kind of helped you produce this album? Who was involved in the process?
Great question. So I took on the lion's share because I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it, which was pretty fucking stupid. To be honest with you, it was pretty fucking dumb. I Tried is my production, as well as my rhythm guitar playing, bass, programming, and drums. So, that really kicked the shit out of me, because there was about 20 different versions of that song until I got to what you hear today. Just kick my dick in the dirt. So we had a mixer who actually helped with a lot of the programming and synthesizers. A really good kid named Brad Bernazzi. He did a lot of work on this record, a lot of production. So I can't take all the credit. You know, he definitely did a whole lot, and we had a really talented guitar player before he was in the band. This guy Troy Powell, um, out of Beloit, Wisconsin, and he used to be in a band called Casket Robbery.
Okay.
And just an intensely precise guitar player. And when everything kind of went sour with my old band, you know, I called him and I'm just like, name your price to re-record and recreate from scratch in your own way all the solos and all the leads. And a lot of people are, you know, having trouble believing that fact, but they can suck it because, you know, on the record is none of the old bandmates. It's myself on rhythm guitar and Troy on all lead guitar parts in choruses and leads on solos. So, you know, right now, you know, we're working towards album number 3, you know, and that includes, you know, Tommy, that includes myself, and that includes, you know, Carlos. You know, we're here in the studio right now, and we're working on a demo bass for, you know, a song for, you know, album number 3. You know, and we're really excited about that. And a lot of people are telling us that's the wrong thing to do. You know, a lot of people are saying that, you know, hey, you gotta put your efforts towards all this touring and you know, all this other stuff. But we love touring. That'd be great. But there's like only 10 guys or 15 guys in this whole industry who really do that stuff. And like, you know, I hate to say it, but should I say it? I think they're scared to have us on tour with them because of what you already touched on is our performance. And we aspire to be like one of the greatest live bands of all time. That's literally our goal. Like, and I know that sounds like fantastical and all this stuff, but our goal is to be one of the greatest live bands of all time and one of the most interactive live bands of all time because we always get the audience to interact back with us. So when these people put together tour packages and they take a look, you know, at our, you know, shows that, you know, fans have filmed on YouTube and all this other stuff, you know, I truly believe that they're scared to have us out there because they're scared to get upstaged. And I know that sounds, you know, whatever, but, you know, honestly, that's what we're facing. We're facing people who are intimidated by an independent band, you know, charting so high without a label. And we're facing people who are intimidated by getting upstage by their opener. You know?
Yeah, and you know, like we touched on, your stage presence is not an opening act. You know, it's the complete package. So I can see where you're coming from on that, and you know, and everyone, you know, is going on tour right now. Now that you know, the country's kind of opened back up a little bit, and things are getting a little more lenient. Um, you know, just the amount of shows, it's oversaturating right now, and you know, so with the pandemic, do you think that kind of helped you guys as a band um, come up with the third album and you know, have some music in your back pocket ready to go, or did it kind of hurt the band um, in certain ways?
I think it definitely helped us to get things situated and sorted out. There was a lot of things we had to go over, and just to be on the same page with things, how the music was being performed and played and all that. Yeah, but we ironed out the kinks and, you know, put everything under a microscope and pretty much got everything down to the same page where everyone's following the same thing. So yeah, I think it helped us.
Awesome, yeah, because I get mixed reactions with that question. You know, some Some have kind of went down the rabbit hole, and some have progressed fully as a band. During the last 2 years or so. Um, and where can the folks find Worldwide Panic at? Do you guys have merch, anything like that? Where can we find that?
WorldwidePanic.com.
WorldwidePanicBand.com.
Okay.
WorldwidePanicBand.com. For all your Worldwide Panic needs, including picks and stickers and shirts and dog tags and shot glasses.
What do you call those canned
Beer koozies.
Yeah, those
Okay.
So, you can check us out there, worldwidepanicband.com. You can check us out on Facebook, Facebook Worldwide Panic. On Instagram, it's worldwide_panic. And that's where you can get a hold of us, But if you want to buy the merch, if you want to check out the video, if you want to listen to our Spotify, if you want to send us a nice message, the best way to do it is worldwidepanicband.com.
Yep, and that helps the band more than you know, especially merch and things like that. So definitely check out worldwidepanicband.com to get all the newest information. And I know you guys are busy in the studio, so I'm not going to keep you much longer. I'll let you get some work done. But what is something you would want your fans to know about the band?
Would you say, can you repeat that last one?
Yep. What is something you'd want the fans to know about Worldwide Panic?
Fans know about Worldwide Panic.
I think that's what he said.
Yeah. What should fans know about Worldwide Panic?
What would you want your fans to know about Worldwide Panic?
Oh, okay. I'll let Carlos take this first, and then I'll answer.
Well, what I'd like for them to know is that we try our very best to give you a great live act and just keeping it metal. We don't tend to stray on the same kind of genre, but we like to pan out to different genres. We like the industrial, we like the thrash, and we like the metal itself. And we just want to be entertaining and be one of those bands that people look forward to checking out live.
Awesome
Yeah,
answer.
I think that's on my end. I just want fans to know that, I think a lot of people were really scared that this band was going to go away, and it's fair to say that we're not going away, and we're literally, um, at a great starting point for a bright future again for this band, and him and I couldn't have been happier with that, because we were looking for the right people for so long, man. We went through so many maybes and possibles, and people just having the wrong attitude and the wrong ego, and writing checks that their talent couldn't cash, and we don't hold punches. And when we get into a room with the new lineup, and if there's something going on or someone needs a little correction, we say, look, no one in this room has egos. Let's all work together to get this done right. And that's when I knew that this was the right one, for me at least. And for everybody who wants us to go away, well, fuck you anyway. Because we're not going fucking anywhere. And we're making tons of new music. We're going to be releasing tons of new music throughout the next couple months in this summer, if not the whole album. And if you don't like it, you can fuck yourself anyway. Like, serious business. And
Right.
if you're down with it, then we love you to death, and we'll give you the shirt off our backs, and that's what's up. There's no band that I have seen give more attention to their listeners and fans than Worldwide Panic. We are easy to find, so if you want to see us, come to the merch booth, because we're there. We don't leave after the show. We stay there. We're glued there. We'll sign free pictures for you guys. We'll take pictures with you guys. We'll, there'll be merch to do whatever. You can ask us any kind of question you want. Nothing's off limits, and we are really accessible. So, you know, just as Carlos said, like, come to the show, get the experience, like, you know, and it's not like, I would say yes, we do sound like the record live, but there's so many different things that happen live that aren't like the record. And I think that's a really special thing. And I couldn't be more proud of the gentleman that I'm playing with right now. Um, you know, everybody's really took this vision and brought it back to life. And it's a really, really beautiful thing.
Awesome. So I thank you guys for coming on the show. And, when your next single drops or your next album drops, I will be in my studio so we can have a better experience. But for tonight, we may do with what we could. I hope you enjoyed it. And
We had a blast.
Thanks for having us.
absolutely, you're welcome on the show anytime. Again, this is Worldwide Panic. You can find them at worldwidepanicband.com or worldwide_panic on IG. So make sure you look them up, give them a listen. Apple, Spotify, iTunes, anywhere you can stream music. And hopefully we can get them back on the show here in the future when they drop the next single or the next album. So until then, keep doing what you're doing, keep rocking out, and you folks out there, remember, keep it trashy, and we'll see you next episode.
Thank you so much, Don.